What is going on? How is everybody doing today? Welcome to the Risen Fallen podcast. I am your host, Mark Henriksen. If you're brand new to the show, then what you can expect is open and authentic conversations about things like mental health and self-development, how to get your life moving in the right direction. And that is what I'm going to be speaking about today, specifically moving in the right direction. And I was just, how annoying is it to just continuously hear every single day on social media from all these influencers to just like be mindful and practice mindfulness and all that stuff. And let me tell you something. Today I was, this morning, I was, happy Thursday, by the way, but let me tell you something. This morning, I went for a little run around the neighborhood, and it was like pretty, I would say, I was out and about. It was one of those days where you're just like kind of running. The sun's kind of coming up and it's a beautiful morning. You kind of feel like the song Walking on a Dream. I love that song right now. It's just really, I don't know. I don't know when that song came out. Was it like 2013? But here I am 11 years later, or whenever it came out. I guess I could look it up, but I don't really care. But anyways, so I'm out on this run, and I'm just running around the neighborhood, and I had this crazy experience. It was actually like super funny and weird. Anyways, I guess, I was just listening to some Guns N' Roses and just like crying my eyes out on a little runner's high. But anyways, I'm running through the neighborhood, and as I'm running, I'm running through. It's not like really like an alleyway. Like it's kind of like you could fit a couple cars down. I'd say it's like 2 or 3 cars wide, but it's kind of like a little pathway, and it's not like creepy. Like you get like it's kind of like nice and grassy. It's kind of like anyways, it's in between streets, and I'm running through there, and there's like someone who, if I had to guess, she's maybe like probably 15, 16-year-old, like kind of just like a teenage girl, just like walking through, and just walking through like on her phone, like doesn't even look up, like just like literally walking through, just not even looking, like forget like look both ways before you cross the street. Like how about just like look where you're walking, like just like where, like around you. But anyways, so I'm just walking, and I'm like, yo, I wonder if she's actually gonna look up at all. And needless to say, I literally like almost ran into I almost said lady, but she's just like a girl. And anyways, I realized how weird it was, and I was like, I'm just gonna run around, her. And it just made me think, like, I was just like, yo, like it's so and I'm sure everyone gets like kind of like this as well. Like it's so weird. Like, you can't even go for, like, you couldn't sit down for a meal with like your friends or family members without at least, I'd say actually you couldn't sit down without like a majority of people taking out their phone at one point in the time. Like people like literally cannot function any longer without their cell phones. And it's crazy because, it's as annoying as it is to hear about, all these people on social media or influencers or any of these gurus or books or anything like that to just like preach about mindfulness and how important it is and how necessary it is and how we're all missing it. But it's like, okay, at some point they're kind of fucking right. Like they're kind of like what they're saying is true. It's actually disturbing if you start to pay attention to it, because I bet you, and I've done kind of like episodes before talking about screen time. And if you were to look at your daily screen time across all devices, it's like, I literally think that most people spend most of their time, literally most of their waking hours, or I'd say most of their living time, not even like accounting, like subtracting sleep. Like most people spend most of their waking or their, what am I trying to say here? Most people spend most of their time looking at screens, and it's like, that's disturbing. It's crazy when you see things like Pixar making those, like, what's that movie, Wall-E, where Matrix or any of those movies, like, dude, whether it's a kid's movie or an adult's movie, like, we should take those as warning signs. Whereas, like, literally people can't even go for a walk without their phone in their pocket. Like people can't do fucking anything without like their phone. And I've joked as well, even on this podcast, of like, like you like before. I remember like when you're like as a teenage kid, like 13, 14 years old, especially as boys, you sit around and you're just like, oh yeah. Oh, dude, like I could fucking climb the Great Wall of China. And people like now, people would just pull out their phones and be like, well, actually, that's not fucking true because it's like this many feet high and the average person can climb this many feet high. And we all know you're fucking less than average. Like, before you used to just be able to make shit up or just like kind of just fucking have imagination or joke or laugh. And now like everything is fucking fact checked all the fucking time to the point where like, like people are yeah, just so attached to their devices. I guess what I'm trying to say is, and this is the next generation too. Like, it's like, imagine, dude, imagine your fucking dentist like drilling into your mouth and being like, yo, I got to check my DMs real quick. Or like, imagine like your fucking heart surgeon being like, yo, I just have to pick up this call real quick. It's a FaceTime and like, I can't have, I don't want my social credit to go down if I miss this FaceTime. It's so fucking it's crazy to me how attached we are to our devices, and it's like we at what cost, to the detriment of the people and the things around us. Like it's like we're the first people to be like, oh, I don't have time to do this. Oh, I don't have time. Oh, I forgot to do my laundry. I forgot to water these plants. I forgot to like hell, I make excuses for like anything, and it's like yeah, we're also the same fucking people that like if we were to pull up your screen time, it's like, oh, but you had time to watch fucking someone else do their dream, like live their life. You had time to fucking, watch it like an hour of pranks or like what? Like it's so, and not even just that, but just like just to be able to go for a walk, enjoy nature, enjoy peace, enjoy like um, silence, and also overcome that kind of like voice in the back of your head. Like think about how uncomfortable most people are when they're just like, if you were to just go on a walk without your phone, leave your phone at home and just go for a walk. Imagine how uncomfortable that is. And then understand that that is a fucking problem, So, just a thought that I had, and I don't even know, like, because I still kind of deal with that, and I've kind of tried to distance myself. I know when I hang out with friends or when I hang out with loved ones, I try my very best to just kind of leave screens away as much as I possibly can, and be present and be mindful and be compassionate and patient and as best as I can, and I think that when we're aware of something that we want to change in ourselves, I think that that's when we start to notice it in others. And, if we can all just kind of nag each other until we get rid of this fucking evilness. So it's a weird little, like, fucking parasite that's just kind of infected human beings. I don't really even know what the answer is because there is a lot of benefits to these things. So I'm curious to see what you guys think. Do you think, like, do you think you want to have a heart surgeon that's like live streaming your fucking surgery and like kind of do like maybe dapping the camera as he opens you up, or like do you think that we should kind of put maybe I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, but I know that definitely um we wonder why people can't be alone with their own thoughts or alone in silence, or why they're so abrasive to that. And it's like, well, because they don't ever have to do it. Like we just have at the touch of a button, or at the glance of a screen, we can just look at that and watch videos or see things that we agree with or disagree with, and it's just like a endless loop of either dopamine because you see people you disagree with and you think, well, I'm the hero, I'm the good guy, or you see people that you agree with and you're like, wow, I'm a superhero, like I'm a super good guy, like all these people agree with me, like look at this is sick. And I think that like anything else, like the more time we spend just kind of like over like sitting and thinking about our thoughts, then the less that they kind of manifest in negative ways. And sometimes I think it's important to even understand that it's an important skill to just be able to experience negative thoughts and then be like, well, I don't actually have to fucking react to this. Like, I can just keep living and doing my thing, and I know that this is temporary, and don't have to put super like a lot of importance on something that's like as insignificant and temporary as something as like an emotion or a feeling. And yeah, I think this all just, like I said, stems from screen use, and I was just fucking astounded today. Like, and you wonder why there's so many why there's so many car accidents and shit. Like, people are fucking they're driving, texting. If I'm eating, texting, looking at videos, watching videos. What do you do when you get home from work? Watching videos. Let's be real. What are you doing at work? Probably fucking watching videos, scrolling social media. Like, people are so addicted to it, and it's so crazy how like with like alcoholism, or if you were like addicted, like if someone smoked like 48 cigarettes a day, you're like, yo, 40 fucking 8 cigarettes a day. Like, how much time does somebody spend smoking? Like, how much time does it take to smoke a cigarette? And then think about that in social media minutes. And then think about if somebody spent the same amount of time they do on social media, like smoking cigarettes or doing something. I'm not saying like physically it's like as bad for you, even though probably fucking is. But I'm just saying, like, just like the time fucking wasted, or the amount of, because mentally it is fucking horrible for your health. But I'm just trying to say, like, if you were to compare that level of addiction, like if somebody spent that much time doing fucking like doing anything else, literally anything else, you'd be like, dude, you have to get help. Like, you need to see a doctor. Like really 6 hours you spent doing this thing, like you'd be like, dude, what the fuck? Because what's the average person's screen time, I wonder? Let's just Google that. Average person screen time. Okay, revealing average person screen time. Worldwide, people spend on average 6 hours and 40 minutes a day on screens. In the US, it's higher. It's 7 hours and 3 minutes. Blah, 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 blah. But it's like, dude, imagine if somebody spent that much time. Does that include work or no? I wonder if that includes work. A lot of people will fucking probably claim that it includes work, but I think that when people say that, it's like, yeah, probably not. You're probably watching Netflix. You're probably doing other things. You're probably, and yeah, I just think that people need to be more aware of that, and people need to be just if you want people on social media and influencers to be less annoying and talking less about mindfulness, then maybe put your phone away while you go on a walk outside, or maybe put your phone away while you're fucking hanging out with your friends, or, just spend time with those thoughts, or spend time with, I don't know, the people around you this weekend as you get into it. I think I'm driving the point home. But on that note, I will catch you guys on Monday. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Be mindful about how you're spending time with your screen. And on that note, much love and peace out. Love you all. Bye.